upstairs. Nia coming in, but will take the hit. Eruption on the generator as well. Eruption and Call of Ride. Nia does take a hit through the wall. So I don't know if better. Oh, and the dissolution value! These survivors. Deliverance from Claudette. Sprint bursting to the hop.
It's the same with these masks in the one event. She didn't get a mask either.
No!
Like,
oh, the ground!
That, yeah, oh, that was nice. Look at this.
They're trying.
Pokey, nerf Nancy, man.
She's gonna get hacked, maybe?
Oh my god, she might just get hacked, potentially. I think she does. Holy cow. I cannot believe.
They do get the spirit reset and they get the down.
yes, ladies and gentlemen, survivors leaving the trial, and there's going to be the teleport. The Nia, she's right here, but Nia needs to go.
All right, and we are back for another match of Champions of the Fog, and I am joined now by Avi. How you doing, Avi? Yeah, trying to set up those Dire Crows will in fact get the hit as the Artist of Limerence is now going to be killing against Aeternum Survivor team, and the Artist in a pretty strong position here, avoiding that locker, thinking maybe there might be a head-on play there. Will get the down on the Ada pretty quickly too. Yeah, really strong start here, to say the least. Corrupt Intervention now over. As far as perks are concerned, we only know of two, as you keen-eyed viewers may have been aware. That Artist was pretty speedy when they were hooking that Survivor, as that was in fact in agitation. Yeah, I would definitely agree. However, Artist seems content here and just camping out the Zook, setting crows from afar to try and see if they can just harass them off those gens, slow things down just a little bit. But as of right now, Survivor's not looking to be going for the unhook just yet. And there it is, the progression to second stage. Ada being that much closer to impact the campfire via the entity. And looks like Artist going to be taking a look at this gen here. Apparently, a Survivor's been working hard on the 3-gen back on main side, as Ace will be dropping off the top and will take a hit here at the pallet. Ace potentially trying to go for a pallet stun there, but kind of getting a bit tripped up, not making a lot of distance and being forced back towards the hill. Artist trying to go for the down there over the pallet. Unfortunately for them, just unable to get the down within that flight path, as we do see the first two gens popping off over on Shaq's side. So that 4-gen now no more. Ace, though, not falling for the Dire Crows, though, as they will just narrowly dodge them, seeing that Killer Instinct. Yeah, no, honestly, really good start here by the Survivors. They've been managing these gens and chases really well, though they have a Survivor on Deathhook. If they can break into that 3-gen over on main side, that'll be a whole other story. However, that there was, in fact, a Scourge Hook being Resonance, which regressed the most progressed gen by 25%. And we see that vault there from the Claude, though, with a Lithe in hand, it seems, getting a decent amount of distance. Yeah, no, seriously, especially the artists as they're able to zone from quite a far ways away, but these survivors, I think, split up on gens now. We didn't see any Killer Instinct, no Dire Crows hitting over by the hill. Artists thinking that there's a survivor here, and sure enough, there's the Nia out of nowhere. Doing a really good job, to say the least. We're seeing these screws being set up. We, however, do see a Claudette here to take the swarm, avoiding the Nia going down. However, Claudette now kind of out of position with not much in the way of resources to work with. Looks like Claudette will end up going down, and if the artist here does have a Scourge Hook nearby, it is very possible that they might be able to protect that gen over on their 3-gen side. And there it is, there's a Scourge Hook, but the gen being popped, that is a 2-2 split right down the middle, and now the artist needing to get as many downs as possible because it's kind of just inevitable now that these survivors will complete these last 2 gens. And Ace coming in with that slow vault, just not able to get that hit though. Ace just kind of tucked into that that pocket there, avoiding those Dire Crows, and looks like we are seeing the unhook as well off in the distance. I believe that is probably going to be a renewal, as I did see the hook move, which is usually a pretty good telltale sign. Ace looking to have jumped into a locker. Artist trying to see if they can bait out the head-on, but no one in that locker. Are they in this one? No! Ace just outright disappearing into the ether. Yeah, no, really well done here by the survivors. We see the 2-2 split here. A decent amount of progression on this gen over on main side. Ace still hanging around, though. You know, not wanting to give the artist here any room to breathe. And I imagine the 5th gen is going to be completed over on Shack's side here in just a moment. Artists getting a bit caught up with their surroundings. And let's set up the Dire Crows. Getting the hit this time. Ace going down, but unfortunately for the artist, Ace is not fresh, meaning that even if they were to put him on a Scourge Hook, this will not be enough, as the 5th gen will get completed, allowing the survivors to potentially escape via the exit gates. Yeah, looks like we do see the Ada open up that exit gate. We do see the Nia, though, sprinting over towards Shack. Maybe a hatch escape attempt incoming, as the Nia kind of caught out of position. That required the Ada and the Claudette to leave and the Ace to suicide on hook. However, looks like Nia going to be pushing farther away from that potential hatch escape, and artists hot on their trail with that no-hit in play. No, but Nia is worth more points in comparison to the Ada, though, so this might be a strategic sacrifice here. The Ada going down pretty far away from these exit gates, and now Nia trying to make their way towards the other exit gate as well. If it's primed and ready, they could potentially get it. Yeah, the Nia just too far away. Ada left on the ground here, and it looks like this will be a 3-man out. Yeah, no, really well played by both sides. Honestly, a very close match. If they were able to get that knee, it would have made it even closer, but we're looking at 16 points to 14 points in favor of the survivors. So really strong plays here, but with that being said, we are gonna go on a quick break as we do get this next lobby set up. All right, and we are back for try number 2, set number 1, Aeternum's Artist versus Limerence's Survivor team. And they are going to need to get a 3K7 hook, give or take here, in order to claim victory here in set number 1.
Sounds good. Yeah, we got a corrupt in a good half of the map already, and with Jake already found, no life, so Mac on the head.
Yeah, no, very early find here by the artist, very similar to what we saw in the last trial. And Jake taking the swarm of Dire Crows here. Artist with a shotgun coming in, I imagine. See that they can get the hit. Severed hands coming in. Survivors just trading crows back and forth.
So many crows. Oh my goodness gracious. And agree to the pallet. That was so brave.
Yeah, no, really strong start here for the artist, but the survivors just going to be making things a little bit difficult as they were not going to go down without a fight, but Jake finally going to be sent to the hook, and this is going to be a Scourge Hook Pain Resonance.
Oh yeah. Okay, there it is. I was gonna say, I wonder where they're doing the gen, because there's no way they're over here. There they are, 2 of them splitting in opposite ways.
Yeah, and you see both of them jump in the lockers trying to, stop the ability from the Dire Crows hitting them. And looks like Artist's going to kind of take a bit of a breather here, move back over towards main side. We do see a survivor trying to come in. That is the Claudette from the looks of things. Who will get hit by those Dire Crows, and there are no lockers around here. And Artist primed and ready with this injure incoming if they are not careful.
Yeah, you say you want to go over here, talk to the crows, but Claudia is still stuck to that corner while she's guarding her hook. And honestly, this is a really good hook. There is nothing around it, at least not that I can see, like no pallet. So
yeah,
whether they come here or not.
Jake just kind of hanging here for a little bit, waiting for a survivor to come in, but they only have a few more seconds to go, and looks like Ar's just going to sit here and wait. And no gens have been completed. That's a really important thing to note here. I imagine they will soon, but nothing so far. And there it is. There's the first gen, and that, my friends, is a Rancor.
Oh, spicy. Okay. So, Jake isn't the one on the hook out. Not anymore.
Yeah, one interesting thing to point out there with the Rancor, though, Jake, the first survivor the artist found, was in fact the Obsession. So unless a Ford of People comes out and gets some usage, it does mean that the artist Rancor target is already on Death Hook, so not exactly a great place for the artist to be. However, Drake dropping a pallet, artist trying to go for the Dire Crow hit, but no dice there. I imagine, yeah, Survivor's going to come in here. There's the Fort of People, though. That means Claudette is now the Rancor target.
Oh my god, that's right. I forgot they did that. Oh my goodness. Well, it's right in a way, but now she's still gonna go for the kill here.
Yeah, artist going for the Jake now, getting the Dire Crows reapplied unless the survivor is able to get in time. That is going to mean that the Jake will be sent back to campfire via the entity, but looks like the Jake taking a pretty wide pathway here as they do avoid that shotgun from the artist.
And it seems to have worked because she also went another way, expecting him to go that way, but he took it far and she went far as well. Pallet. Wow, there we go. No greed there this time.
Yeah, and looks like a bit of distance here gained by that Palestine as well, potentially a bit of showstopper. And looks like Jake gonna make their way back over to this pallet. Artist with a crow left in hand, and going to be close here as the crows are just barely going to disappear, and Artist with a very aggressive swing, just unable to connect though.
Man, this Jake is doing some good footwork here, taking advantage of the really good knowledge of the map, the tiles, connecting. The RNG is pretty damn good, I gotta say.
Yep, and another gen popping off too. The artist just committing to this Jake, wanting to get this hook and survivor out the match. However, 2 gens popping off for that 1 hook here in the basement, and I'm thinking that these fires may have broke into that 3 gen and forced a 2-2 split, and yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Yep, this is like the dream in this map. If this happens, you are set to go. You have no way that something wrong can happen, but my goodness, it is a battle. When you're soloing it, it's such a battle to try and bounce them out. So survivors are good for now, so let's see how well this, Hardest can manage her gens here.
Well, keep in mind, the best case scenario for the artist here is that they find anyone but the Claudette, but that blood on the ground says something different, for this is in fact the Claudette. Though they do have some hook states to give, they are the Rancor target, so this is not the ideal chase for the artist here, as they do send out the Dire Crows, getting some killer instinct information. It looks like they'll send out some more, potentially trying to get that swarm, and will successfully do so here.
Yeah, the other 2 have been sneaky and have been doing all the gen work, looks like. Oh, there it is. There's somebody back there, but she's still going for the Claudette, it seems.
Yeah, just being very aggressive here, trying to go for the injured survivor. I definitely understand why, as you want to get that down as easily and quickly as possible, but I don't know. I mean, between the Rancor value and everything else, I'm not sure if this is the right chase here. We'll have to wait and see, especially as Scourgehook's still in play with 3 tokens left, 1 for each of these remaining survivors, and we'll see. Looks like Nia getting hit by a stray Dire Crow out of nowhere, but Artist not really heeding them much mind, as they will continue after the Claudette here.
Nia's busy. She does. Oh, well, was that a potential? Was that an attempt to head on? But failed.
Yeah, an attempted head-on, just not able to connect, though, as they will end up taking a hit. That will distract the artist long enough, but the Claudette's still hanging about, as we will see them now move to the next tile, and this one's pretty weak here, especially as the Claudette will go down, being a bit greedy there on that pallet throw.
Yeah, I was gonna say, there's been a lot of greed in this game. This team is have a little bit of good luck for pallet preservation, but you know what? There has been some good ones, and that unfortunately did not work out. Let's get a hook on them. Another hook in.
Yeah, and that is a good hook too, as that was in fact another Scourge hook. Artist gonna be sending out some crows here, and like we said earlier, all they're needing to get here is roughly a 2k7 hook. So Artist prime in a prime position to potentially get that. Adam here though, kind of getting caught out, still injured from that failed head-on earlier as well. Artist trying to set up the Dire Crows to ensure the down, but that flight path getting cut off by something, but the Adam kind of getting turned around there and will get down.
Oh, slugging it out to find the Nia potentially. Let's see if we can keep that Adam, or remember where he's at, and not lose him. Oh,
and we see that unhook there, potentially a renewal from the Claudette, but Artist looks to be going after Nia here, getting the injure on them too. Nia trying to make their way towards the middle, but I don't think they have enough distance.
No pallet in sight that I could see, so this is gonna be a down. We gotta. Oh no, that's a pickup. And Claudette is not healed. Let's see what she will do. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there's the renewal coming in for the Claudette. Honestly, pretty clutch in this moment, as it allows the Claudette to just start healing the Atom right away. And we will see another Scourge Hook there on the Nia, which means the Ghost Progress Gen has been hit again by this Scourge Hook. So Artist, from what seemed like a pretty desperate position, now in command of the match, as these Scourge Hooks have allowed the Artist to kind of bring themselves back into the match.
Yeah, it's just actually the opposite that we saw so far on from last game. Funny enough, the survivors are pulling back, and now the Artists pulling back. They're pulling back their victory here, or their pressure even.
Yeah, and at this point in time, I think the Artist just needs a fresh hook here on the Atom in order to secure victory. Going to get the Dire Crow Swarm applied to the Claudette, but looks like Adam not going for the unhook, as the Artist is just very close to this hook, not wanting to risk the 1-for-1 trade, and another Scourge Hook popping off here. But if they don't do something quick, they're going to be in a whole world of hurt, especially as the Artist does see the blood trail and scratch marks here.
Oh boy. Yeah, nosy stuff happening here. But it is a result of I think I would have gone I'm surprised he went like straight through in the middle to get to the hook. I would have gone a little wider and gone to the sides. But hey, all we gotta do is save our comrades here.
Yeah, I'm there with you as well, and we do see that Adam gets swarmed there off in the distance, trying to get some work on that generator, which has progressed multiple times over, However, looks like Artist just wanting to really force these survivors' hands, either get the gen done or get this unhook. You can't do both.
Yep. Yeah, Artist is harassing them with their birds. Look at that, harassing off the gen, and we come in with the unhook. Well, we get it though. Nope. Oh no.
Honestly, it's been a hot minute since we've seen a grab like that, but Artist making it look easy as they get the grab, but no Scourge Hook here as Claudette has already been hooked once, though. Looks like they are content with dropping this here as Nia is that much closer to being sent back to the campfire via the entity. Only seconds left, and Adam just kind of caught here on the hill, but unable to get that dire crow hit.
I don't think I've seen that, no life. I haven't seen as life. Wait, actually, was that a... I think it's... No, it's the... I'm sorry, I meant balance landing. So I don't think that anyone has used it so far in these matches. Actually, there's no pallet here to save you. Oh, that's awkward. That's awkward.
Yeah, no
that's
pallet
awkward.
needed when you have the window, but the Artist with a little bit of mind game there as they will get the hook here on the Atom. And that there seems like the entity has sung, as that is the last Scourge Hook Pain Residence. The gen that these survivors have been working on pretty much back to zero, and Artist just now out on the prowl for the Claudette left on the ground.
Man, I don't think they neither of them expected that window play to happen. I just hey, it worked out for the Artist, and look at that last game. Oh, hello.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that was. I think maybe a decisive strike that was...
Yeah.
Well, no, Claudette was the one who unhooked, so I guess there just was a really good wiggle there. You know, allowing them to wiggle off their shoulder the last moment possible. And, I mean, Artist is in a commanding position here. Adam about to move to second stage in just mere moments. Survivor just going to be making their way further and further away from the hook just for, I think, one final chase.
Yeah, might as well. I was gonna say, hey, do it for the points, but you know, no points here. At least, oh my, another window, awkward. Oh jeez.
Yeah, another good mind game there by the Artist, to say the least. That'll be Adam progressed to second stage. No way of escape there. And Claudette will be following shortly thereafter. So really well played here by the Artist for the 4K. Aeternum turning it around in the end. And with that being said, we are going to be going to set number 2 now, where Aeternum is going to be bringing a nurse against Limerence's Survivor team on Cold Tower.
A nurse, huh? Yeah, well, this one, I saw the opposite result from one game to the other. Will the nurse one be the same now? It's just be interesting to see that kind of a battle.
We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. But with that being said, we are going to go on a quick break as we do get that lobby set up. But all right, and we are back for try number 3, set number 2. Aeternum killing as the nurse versus Limerence's Survivor team on the Cold Tower. What are your thoughts here? I mean, it's a nurse match. It's Cold Tower.
Yeah.
I mean, this is going to be an absolute slaughter, I imagine.
I think so too. I was gonna say it doesn't. That Cold Tower may be strong for against other killers, but it's nurse. Nurse can just say, "Hi, I'm here. Hi, I'm here too."
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things I always talk about whenever a nurse is brought to a map with decent verticality. Even if it's just a small little bit of main building like Cold Tower, it can make a huge difference as nurse is just able to ignore that outright, as well as, you know, just ignore tiles and so on and so forth. But so far, Survivor's been doing a pretty good job evading the nurse, leaving gens a bit early. And Jake has some pretty good progress on that gen top wish, but the nurse getting the hit there. And that will be the undetectable status effect being applied from the nurse's add-ons.
That is scary. I had no idea she had an add-on like this. I've never seen it in my matches before, so I'm just like, oh my god.
Yeah, we did change up some add-ons, I do believe, updating them. So no more sloppy add-on, no more coup de grace add-on there from the nurse, but we definitely are seeing that undetectable stats effect there once again. Claudette trying to make some distance here, and it looks like they will drop the pallet, but still taking the hit.
Wow, so far, so freaking good. This nurse is, like you said, a little bit of a slaughter already, really, at the very early start. Jake on the floor. Well, oh my goodness. Yeah. That rock did not help.
Really clean stuff here from the Nurse. Some good blinks. A bit of a slow start, but overall cannot complain. Though Survivor's not going down for the fight. Jake back off the ground. First gen completed. And it looks like we are seeing a thrilling Tremors as we see those active gens blocked by the Entity's claws.
And not only that, if you have a good eye, at least I noticed the moment that she started, floating away, she does have a little bit of a speed to her little floaty there to the hook.
Yep, that is in fact an agitation. So 3 out of the 4 perks currently known, and this will reveal the 4th being Pop Goes the Weasel. This is pretty much the new Nurse build that we're seeing as of late. And it's definitely going to be interesting to see how this pans out, if we see any variation as time goes on. But right now, looks like we see a Survivor just hanging on the hook here, the Claudette, for a little bit longer. And looks like they have found the unhook before they're able to get back in time. But Adam just unable to get that heal off in time.
Yeah, that was a really clean hit, by the way, on that Jake. But we decided to come back to the hook, to the tunnel, and Claudette going down. My goodness gracious, no time to breathe.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. We were talking about it before the match, but the tunnel out strat is the way to go in DVD comp. However, Claudette will whiff the decisive strike. That's only 3 seconds, but 3 seconds enough. A dead hard to boot, but the Claudette getting down nonetheless.
My God, it's just like whenever I remember, even old DS, even with Nurse, it's like, go ahead, stab me, but I'm gonna get you in 3 seconds.
Yeah, exactly. But looks like Nurse going to play a bit aggressive here. Want to drag them further towards this currently active gen. And that there will be the second hook on the Claudette. Only 1 gen being complete so far, so Nurse in a really good position, especially as they get another tag on this Jake. Jake just not having the best of time, it would seem, as Nurse doubles back to the hook, but no survivors in sight going for this unhook just yet.
No, hopefully Nia is out there helping out with some gem progress as this gen gets Pop the Weasel applied. Trying to get some efficiency happening here, hopefully.
And looks like nothing else really has all too much work. You see the Nia there, second gen being popped off in the distance, and only about 15 seconds until the Claudette is sent back to campfire via the Entity. A cheeky swing there from the Nurse, but just a little bit too far away. The survivors were able to get in there. They might get the unhook, and sure enough, there it is.
Oh, there you go, yeah. For the people, for the people from the Jake.
Yeah, honestly, it makes sense now why Jake was so adamant about getting healed immediately after the tag from the Nurse, trying to make sure that the Claudette has a chance to extend chase here. Nurse, though, with the hit on the Claudette, really clean blink there, and looks like we are going to be in what could be the final chase for the Claudette. Nurse going for the swing and gets the hit.
Goodness gracious, this Nurse does some clean hits here, and Nia not paying attention, realizing there's I forgot, there's what's that called again? Oh my God.
Yeah, the undetectable stats effect currently being applied. So yeah, no red stain, no nothing. Nurse just kind of peekabooing out of nowhere can be quite terrifying to say the least. And looks like Claudette will go onto the hook for the final time, being sent back to campfire. There's the Jake with a pallet throw, maybe a life in play, but I don't imagine Jake will be long here because the Nurse is going to be blinking, but just not able to get that distance.
Oh, I just realized something. I know aura seeing perks are not really allowed, but can you imagine Nurse with this add-on? And I forgot the name of that perk where you can see auras as you carry. Imagine that.
Yeah, that would be pretty insane. The perk from Wesker, it's blank. Yeah, kind of put a blank as well, but would be pretty insane. And Jake will end up going down here. Looks to be their first hook incoming, and a Pop Goes the Weasel will be placed back in hand. Imagine Nurse will go back to that gen they were around earlier to try and get some regression going here.
Got 3 gens still left. 2 people, well, technically 3, 1 on the hook. So technically, we will say 2 that are functioning and doing some efficiency here, trying to see what the play is gonna be here. Oh, it's also over here.
Yeah, there's the Nia. Nurse just unable to get the blink on target there as they're trying to predict their location. We do see that unhook, though, from the Atom, however, and looks like Nurse trying to figure out where they are trying to go. And looking around for the injured Jake as they seem to have gone further into the map. Maybe dropping that pallet for a life, but unable to make it work.
Yeah, it's still getting a little bit farther away, and oh, there's a life.
Yeah, some really smart plays here from the Jake to try and gain a little bit of distance. Nurse trying to be a little bit conservative here. They see that these survivors are playing around these doublebacks pretty well, so trying to predict the movement of these survivors can be a bit dangerous, as we see there, Jake getting a lot of distance here as it kind of started to get the Nurse's number. There's the short and blink, though, and the down.
Well done. You know, I saw it work both ways. Like, the Nurse could have blinked the other way, and, you know, but, man, the Nurse was just second thinking about it. Like, second. Double-brained work.
Yeah, absolutely. Jake, or not Jake here, the Atom here, trying to complete that generator, as we did see Blink Tremors not be applied, and it looks like the Nurse is going to get the tag on the Atom, and I think they're going to go back to that generator here to hit it with Pop Goes the Weasel. But scratch marks.
Yes it is.
Yeah, that's the Nia. They're going to get the hit there on the Nia. 2 survivors injured, 1 currently on the hook. A Pop Goes the Weasel incoming, and Jake in a little bit of trouble, as I imagine these survivors are going to have to play very carefully lest they end up getting down by this Nurse.
This could be a potential snowball if they're not careful about their footsteps, where they're at. Scratches or blood pools or just a little bit of their leg showing. This Nurse that has a very keen, strong eye. Look at that spin. My goodness gracious.
Yeah, we see the Nurse trying to get some information as they're blinking throughout the map. They do see the Atom there. Atom hoping the hell that they didn't. And they get a little bit of distance here, but not enough, as Atom will go down. Jake just seconds away from being sent past the campfire via the entity. There's the Claudette, or not the Claudette, the Nia. Nurse going for the blink and cutting them off to boot. Unless there is an unbreakable, I think that there will be the match, as we do see Jake being sent past the campfire via the entity and Nia being put on the hook, which could mean the end of this trial.
Yeah, with this. Yeah. Now that was some. Unbreakable. It would have last, however.
Yeah, that's the unbreakable from the Atom. A bit of a slow vault there, maybe trying to, save a sprint burst. Try and get a little bit of distance. Nurse cutting them off, though, getting them down to boot. Unless the Nia has the deliverance, that there will be the end of this match. Nurse kind of taking a quick look around, trying to see if they can get some insight on if they do, in fact, have that deliverance, but looks like they're going to be content just getting one last pop in, just to ensure no more gens will get completed.
No more gen jockeys around. Oh man, yeah, we gotta wait out the second stage for now.
Yeah, the last thing the Nurse wants here is to go for the hook and potentially risk a hatch escape. At the same time, do want to point out Atom here on first hook, so no real concerns there, all things considered. Though we are about to see the progression here on the Nia, and looks like this will secure the 4K for Aeternum, barring some really insane gameplay here and chases by this Atom, because I think the Nurse understands there's the Unbreakable, they're imagining that the Deliverance is also on the Atom, but with the fact of them having a agitation in hand, there's almost no way the Nurse does not get the Atom to a hook.
Yeah, there has to be some back here for sure. I don't remember her. She has one hook, I think, behind that corner, but she has, there you go, yeah, that's right there. However, she might have to go around. Oh, there's one right there. Don't worry about it.
Exactly. And with Mia out the match now, the Nurse can hook them without much concern. And there is the first hook and 2 following progressions. That there will be the 4K for Aeternum, as we are now moving to set number 2, trial number 4, Limerence's Nurse versus Aeternum Survivor team. And they're going to need to get a 4K at 2 gens or less in order to force a set number 3. So going to be pretty insane win condition here, but not undoable.